We sang little above a whisper, our eyes darting anxiously up to the barred windows for any signs of the guard. Joyful and triumphant, clad in tattered prisoner of war clothes, I looked around at the 24 men huddled in a North Vietnamese prison cell. Yet here on Christmas Eve in 1971, we were together for the first time. Some after 7 years of harrowing isolation and mistreatment at the hands of a cruel enemy. We were keeping Christmas, the most special Christmas any of us ever would observe.
I had been designated chaplain by our senior ranking POW officer, Colonel George Bud Day, United States Air Force. As we sang, "O Come All Ye Faithful," I looked down at the few sheets of paper upon which I had penciled the Bible verses that tell the story of Christ's birth. I recalled how a week earlier, Colonel Day had asked the camp commander for a Bible. No, he was told there were no Bibles in North Vietnam. But 4 days later, the camp commander had come into our communal cell to announce, "We have found one Bible in Hanoi, and you can designate one person to copy from it for a few minutes." Colonel Day had requested that I perform the task. Hastily, I leafed through the worn book the Vietnamese had placed on a table just outside our cell door in the prison yard. I furiously copied the Christmas passages until a guard approached and took the Bible away. The service was simple. After saying the Lord's Prayer, we sang Christmas carols, some of us mouthing the words until our voices caught up with our pain-clouded memories. Between each hymn, I would read a portion of the story of Jesus' birth. Captain Quincy Collins, a former choir director from the Air Force Academy, led the hymns. At first, we were nervous and stilted in our singing. Still burning in our memories was the time, almost a year before, when the North Vietnamese guards had burst into our church service, beaten the 3 men leading the prayers, and dragged them away to confinement. The rest of us were locked away for 11 months in 3-by-foot cells. Indeed, this Christmas service was in part a defiant celebration of the return to our regular prison in Hanoi. And as the service progressed, our boldness increased, and the singing swelled. "O little town of Bethlehem, hark the herald angels sing, it came upon a midnight clear." Our voices filled the cell, bound together as we shared the story of the babe away in a manger, no crib for a bed. Finally, it came time to sing perhaps the most beloved hymn, "Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright." A half dozen of the men were too sick to stand. They sat on the raised concrete sleeping platform that ran down the middle of the cell. Our few blankets were placed around the shaking shoulders of the sickest men to protect them against the cold. Even those men looked up transfixed as we sang that hymn, "Round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild." Tears rolled down our unshaven faces. Suddenly we were 2,000 years and a half a world away in a village called Bethlehem. And neither war nor torture nor imprisonment nor the centuries themselves had dimmed the hope born on that silent night so long before. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. We'd forgotten our wounds, our hunger, and our pain. We raised prayers of thanks for the Christ child, for our families and homes, for our country. There was an absolutely exquisite feeling that all our burdens had been lifted. In a place designed to turn men into vicious animals, we clung to one another, sharing what comfort we had. The Vietnamese guards didn't disturb us, but as I looked up at the barred windows, I wished they had been looking in. I wanted them to see us, faithful, joyful, and yes, triumphant. Christmas, it's all about hope, about the eternal victory over evil, about holding the hands and hearts of family and friends, about knowing it's all going to be okay. I'm John McCain. Merry Christmas.